Welcome to another episode of the live reaction. Take 2 this time. I was gonna do another episode of the roundup. I had like an hour and 10 minutes recorded, but for some reason OBS crapped out, so I can't get that back. So instead we're gonna split that off into 2 separate episodes. And the first one we're talking about today is a show called RobiHachi, right? I don't know much about the show except that it's set in the future. And it's kind of like a comedy type adventure show is what I'm gathering from the synopsis. I don't really know what to say other than that, but let's take a look. Look at those CGI ships. That's CGI for you. They don't look super generic. They look vaguely generic, but okay. Oh, check out his gradient hair right here. I don't know if this is from a light novel. I don't think so. It might be an original. I don't know what studio is making it, but we do know what gradient hair usually means. Wait, are those real aliens? Do aliens just exist in this universe? Like, are aliens just present? They look like the aliens from Toy Story. They just like obviously copied them because they look exactly the same. But like, okay, aliens exist, I guess. Pink-haired boy. Pink-haired boys. From this 80s font, I'm getting a good vibe from this 80s font. And the character designs are pretty good. The pink-haired boy is a little too cute for my taste. If we see 4 more of these pink-haired boys, it could mean something completely different. But so far, so good. Cheesy commercials. They did a commercial at the very beginning of the episode. They did a commercial over here. Clearly, this Iskander place is somewhere which is important for the show, right? And from the way they're advertising it, it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be a real place. It's gonna be something messed up. Yo, that pompadour? There's only one place that pompadour could have come from. Okay, so now that explains a lot about the show, right? The weird aliens, the kind of like super capitalist future space setting. Where else have we seen that? A certain space dandy, perhaps? I like to think that's the version of getting your credit card declined in the future, is that you tap your bracelet, but then it doesn't work. It's like, oh, well, you know, the technology doesn't work. It's because you don't have anybody in your account. Just pass it off on technology. Just a casual way. He like, oh, I guess I'll leave. And then he just jogs off. That was great. He got He made a completely sound business decision with no influence from any outside party. Definitely not influenced by that hot chick who convinced him to do it, to become a Wagyu beef rancher, and then all his cows immediately die of mad cow disease. Dude, this is a good source of comedy. Like, I hope he didn't finish all this and then just randomly throughout the show he just brings out a bottle of this cocoa butter stuff and then starts eating it. It's like, well, you know, there's always the cocoa butter. We can eat that. We have a warehouse full of that. This is young people. This is broke people problems. When you're broke, even your insurance doesn't pay you because they think you're trying to scam them somehow. It's like, I really got hit by this car. It's like, nope, I don't believe you. You somehow staged this, you getting hit by this car. Dude, his luck is the worst. Generally you'd expect it when you become a Wagyu beef rancher, you're like set for life, right? Because Wagyu beef, but nope, all his cows immediately died. He didn't even get a little bit of money back. All of them just died immediately. Then he made the very sound decision of investing in cocoa butter, and it was like all that's gone. And then he's like, oh, this nurse, this beautiful nurse who I met in this hospital, there can't possibly be anything wrong with this. And then he gets chased through a sewer by the thugs because her boyfriend is a gangster. Jesus. He's like, oh, I finally got a job. I'm gonna be a freelance writer. And then he starts writing, and then he realizes, oh shit, they're not gonna publish this. This is the best kind of exposition, by the way. Exposition that just is just full-on just jokes, because this life is a complete joke. And I don't even mind you telling me your life story that way, because with the music in the background, it played kind of like a detective noir kind of narration, because he was just narrating that. But it worked out real nice. They had personality. Dude, this is me. I say this every time someone eats anything unhealthy. And this is their exact reaction. They're just like, are you gonna eat it? If not, I'll eat it. I don't give a fuck what you eat or not. This pink-haired dude calling him Oji-san again and again, it reminds me of like, if you have like a cousin or like a younger niece or nephew or whatever, and you go meet them, they're like 15 and you're like 21, and they're like, how are you so old? You're so old. And you're like, one day you're gonna be my age, bro. And when you are, someone your age is gonna call you old too. This is that same feeling. Or like when you have a friend who's 28 and then you're like young and you're like, oh, you're so old. It's like, there's not that much difference. That's what this feels like to me. It's like, you're 30. There's no way you can be successful. You should have started being successful 5 years ago. You can't be successful at age 30. That's what that sounds like to me. I'm gonna start a super respectable business. Nothing to do with Wagyu or cocoa butter. Nothing at all. Something extremely successful. Disregard all my past failures. Of course, he's gonna start a shrimp business. He's gonna start a shrimp business. He's gonna try to Forrest Gump his way out of this. Oh my god. It's like the millennial dream. One day I'll get $1 million. Then I can just live off the interest for the rest of my life. This dude's reaction is crazy. This guy is straight up roasting this pink-haired dude. This guy's describing like the patterns of the universe, and Robbie's over here just like going ham on some fries. You went to college and didn't learn a single thing. Good for you. Good for you. I feel like that's a failure on your part rather than the college, by the way. That's the reaction that like every person who got A's in high school will be like, when someone says you should play in college and not learn, they'll just look at you like that, like, are you saying the thing that I've dedicated my life to is completely pointless? Is that what you're saying right now? He invested in a shrimp business. This is a scam, right? This is a scam they run on people who think that they're going to be extremely successful. This reminds me of like people who have no money and they have like immediate expenses that they could use their money for, but instead they're looking for like some get-rich-quick scheme which just backfires and puts them even worse off than where they were. That is this guy. And he plays the saxophone. This show is like weirdly resonant with me because I play the saxophone too. I wasn't expecting this. Don't hit me with this show. Yo, what's the over under on the Iskander people paying these girls to like get people like him to go there? Because it seems like that would be something that they do, right? More CG planes. Although they do look better now. I can't complain that much. They do look fine. Maybe instead of you drinking, you should have like shared a little bit more, then they wouldn't notice. 0 out of 2. That's a heck of a success rate. Look at the inside. It looks fine on the inside. You should have just been like, wait, let me show you inside. It looks really good on the inside. He has a full bar in here, bro. Look at that. Why is he here? Are they gonna like depart on some cool adventure? Of course, he orders liquor to the house. This just makes perfect sense for him. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Of course, he doesn't have money to just put into a shrimp scheme, even if it is a bad idea. He doesn't have that money. He borrows money from someone to put into a scam. Oh my god, only he would do this. He had training, but he didn't learn anything new from the training. He just already knew everything that they said already. This guy is so up his own ass. Of course he invests in some weird thing like a Southeast Asian shrimp hatchery. What is that even? Are they just handing out flyers like at your local like public? Invest in Southeast Asian shrimp hatcheries. 100% of your money back in the first year. Oh, come on, bro. How did he even find this to invest in? So they took his money, put it into a they thought he thinks he put it into a shrimp thing. They just take it, say that the shrimp ship has been hit by a tanker, and now all the shrimp are gone. Now his money's gone, and he just believes it. Oh. I'm a sucker for selling kidneys jokes. It's just really funny to me that somebody would sell their kidneys for money. He couldn't think of anything to buy him, so he's just like, look, there's something over there. I promise this is not a scam. Definitely something very interesting. Look over there. Look. Of course, the mafia people in this world aren't completely normal. They're just like extremely weird. Like, I guess in the future there are so many gangs that you have to do something weird to stand out. So these people are wearing like mismatched colors on opposite sides of their body just to be like distinct from the other 47,000 gangs that exist, I guess. And they're like, oh, if you mess with us, we'll make you dress like us. That's probably enough punishment. The kidney jokes, dude. Oh, just keep the kidney jokes coming. It's fine. Wait, what? He has a spaceship in his house? I guess that's normal in the future? I don't know. It started up. Of course it doesn't work. Why would it? Why would it work? Nothing works. He's just whacking it to make it go. Just keep the kidney jokes coming, I swear to God. Wait, his whole house is the ship? His whole house is the ship. The flamboyant mafia have been defeated again. Flamboyant mafia blasting off again. Yo, of course the galaxy has immigration. Of course it does. I'm glad that this robot has some sense of sense, because Robbie does not have any. He was just ready to go there for no reason. Of course he's here. Why is he here? Oh yeah, he put him inside the airlock, of course. He went from straight-laced, I've learned nothing guy to excited little girl in like 5 seconds. Okay, what does this guy do all day? Does he just like stay in his house all day? Like, does he never go outside ever? Stupid puns. Keep them puns coming. Yo, what is this ship? What is this ship? It's like, we're the flamboyant mafia. If we show up in a normal looking ship, we're off brand. We gotta be on brand. Our ship has to be the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life, or we're not consistent messaging. You know, we gotta keep the messaging consistent so people know when they see your flamboyant ship that it's us. Of course he just has them somewhere and he's acting like he's surprised. Of course he just has weird fighter planes in his ship which he doesn't even know about. Of course. I like that his only character motivation is that he wants to do things that are unpredictable. That's like the weirdest character motivation ever. No. They're gonna Voltron. I'm calling it now. They're Voltroning. Oh! Yes! Transformation sequence! Voltron! This robot has a mustache! What else do you want in a robot? Mustache! Look at that! That is my reaction exactly! What the heck? Look at those big juicy lips and mustache. This is the sexiest robot ever. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. Oh, that's his first question. He's not like, why did we transform? Why am I the... Look at, you have pink hair. This is self-explanatory. You don't need to worry about this. Not something... This is super obvious why. Ah. They end on that joke? I wasn't expecting that at all, to be completely honest. when I went into that show, I was like, this looks like an interesting show. And it wasn't even going to be its own episode, right? But then I did the roundup, lost all that footage, and I was like, this really deserves its own episode. Because really the point of this whole endeavor, like the whole reason why I do this, is to signal boost shows that really deserve it, right? If you can go back and refer to that episode I did with all the going through every single show of the new season, there's so many shows, and for like people who don't have the most amount of time in the world, going through all those shows and like figuring out what to watch is impossible. There's like 33 new shows. What are you gonna do, watch the first episode of all of them? That's like 16 hours of life that you're not gonna get back. So really the point of this whole thing is to make sure that the good shows get attention. And when I went into this show, I had no idea that it was gonna be one of those shows, right? But after that episode, what more do we want? We have like this duo that has a good rapport going. We have like an interesting setting, clearly inspired by Space Dandy. They even admit it themselves. They have a pompadour in the episode, in the very first shot, right? So they know what they are. It's a comedy, straight up comedy. The vibe between Robbie and the robot is very similar to the vibe between Dandy and his robot. It's like if you took Space Dandy and just like focused on just not the insane like action part of it, just like make a little buddy cop comedy, which Space Dandy is to some extent, but this is just like doing it in their own style, right? And this is a style that really appeals to me. It's a good style. I wasn't really expecting to like this show when I put it on, to be very honest, but it's a good show. Like, why would you not like this show? It has comedy, it has good action. There's a giant transforming robot with a mustache. Like, they did their best. You can't really ask for much more than this. RobiHachi, solid space adventure comedy. First episode was a good first episode. In a weird way, it kind of parallels that Carol and Tuesday episode we did like a few days ago. It was like there's two people in that who have different goals. They have some uniting factor. They meet and then they go do their thing, right? And then it's set in a future world. There are robots and stuff. But this is like the antithesis of that. It's like two people who don't really like each other when they first meet, and they have like a comedic interaction, and they're forced together by fate, and now they work together in a giant robot where the pink-haired dude is the bottom half, right? Like, it seems like a solid show to me. I'll probably keep watching this. I don't know if I'll do a reaction to it every episode, but I'll probably keep watching it just because it seems fun. It's not like the best show of the season or anything, but it's a solid space comedy. Well, you don't get that many space comedies. Like, what was the last one that we got, right? And the robot has a mustache. Just watch this show. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next episode.